All right. So what's good, Brian? Yo, for those listening, I definitely messed up, so we're jumping back into it, doing it again. Brian, people want to know who Brian Maduruh is.
Well, my 9 to 5 is a teacher, and I have like a bunch of different other things going on, like Woke Whiskey, and but the candy shop is what you're here for today. So the
Yeah,
candy
should we
shop.
talk about Woke Whiskey a little bit too?
If you want, I feel like Kate might should.
Oh yeah,
Since she's
we'll say that. We'll say
Yeah.
that. We'll say that. Yeah.
So yeah, well, actually, we could film we could make a podcast episode. Like it would be both. It would be a Words With and a podcast Woke Whiskey episode.
I'd like to say
Mashup. We could film. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be sick. Christmas.
Ooh,
Just we'll give you a gift of whiskey on the way out.
I'm definitely gonna be there. But yeah. So Woke Whiskey, Candy Shop, teacher. So you got a lot of stuff going on, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Some stuff definitely better at doing than others, and it's just like and then the pandemic kind of mistook that for a chance to take a break, which that's the time where you should be like I think you don't have to always rack your brain planning out next steps. Sometimes it's cool to like take a step back and like just chill and relax and. But I maybe chilled a little too much. So, but yeah, Candyshop Skate Co. I'm glad what I've done with it, like, so far.
Oh yeah. Where did the idea to start Candy Shop come from?
So the idea for the candy shop came from, so it was just, a group of us, 2014, we're like in our teens, like early, mid, late teens. That doesn't help because that's all 3 stages. Mid, late teens, and we're just like skating in this like Bank of America parking lot. And we idolized all these different pro skaters, and these pro skaters were with their companies and their teams, but they all seemed more like family, at least back then.
Like the whole girl and chocolate vibe.
Yeah, girl, chocolate, enjoy, all those.
Almost, your boys.
Almost, yeah, I used to just before Candy Shop, I used to just always ride almost decks, and but then starting the Candy Shop. But back then, in the beginning of the Candy Shop, there was no like making product and like selling it at that time. It was like the name of the group of skaters.
Yeah, it was kind of just like who we were, right?
Yeah,
kind of like how there was the 5 on that dudes and
all these groups of friends just skating and tearing it up. And we did have one run of shirts though. We did make a very
the Hangman one.
Yeah, that was you make something and then you look back at it and there's like a couple of tweaks you would have made. But we were like, in high school, and there was no graphic design class back then. But after the shirt, made some boards, and I'm biased, but I really did like the mid concave and how the boards turned out. So we had that small run of shirts, and then
they did cut down great.
Yeah, I did. I got 2 samples. You rode both samples, and then I was like, which one do you prefer? And then so had the printer make a run of those Banksy themed type of deck. That was like, homage to Banksy. And then that was the first run of boards.
Dude, how'd that feel, getting those boards?
It felt good getting the boards. I feel like it would feel even better now that I have, like, my own house.
Oh, yeah.
To, like, actually keep and store stuff. So back then, it's like all the decks were just, like, in my room.
In your room, literally out of the trunk of your car.
Yeah, out of the trunk of my car. And then like meeting up with people who wanted to buy some boards and stuff. I don't think there was a website or there was a website back then. It was very like journal-y blog. It like had everything we did. Oh wait, that was Extreme Underground. Wow, that was like, yeah, we
gotta touch on that.
the Extreme Underground before. I don't know if you could find any B-roll of that. Wow, I forgot all about that. That was like the bikers had a section, the skaters had a section.
You know what's funny about that? I was thinking about this the other day. You were filming me do a nose pick on the curb, and I just remember thinking like today I'm thinking like, damn, I really wasted this guy's time on a nose pick on the curb.
Well, me, I was just like, I'm down to film like anything, and like I never really had that whole like what's like worthy for film. Like to me, a nose pick is like requires balance. There's like this tech and just like even just the commitment to like pop into
Actually, it
one
was
of
Switch
those.
nose pick.
Oh, my bad. Switch. So Switch, which for those at home who don't know what Switch is, it's like, let's say you're right-handed, but then you do everything with your left hand. So like that's like
Pretending and ambidextrosity.
Like,
Ambidextrosity.
So yeah, and that was Switch. So but like yeah, I just liked filming. As I liked filming as much as I liked skating. Like
Oh yeah, you teach film too, so
and doing double duty. Yeah, I try to teach film from the beginning.
you just keep adding more. Like,
Yeah, and like yeah, our supplies are just like. But that reminds me, the first camera I had no microphone on it. So like
wow.
yeah, the very first camera.
It was like a little silver point and shoot, right?
Tiny little point and shoot. Yeah, it flipped open. No, it flipped open. It had a viewfinder, and I scrounged up all my pennies, and got that camera for like $35. I think it was.
Making it happen, yeah.
Like
with
yeah,
anything.
that wow, and we've come a long way.
So what inspired the name The Candy Shop?
So admittedly, I do think when 50 Cent dropped the Candy Shop song, that subconsciously did have an effect in my head, but I didn't want it to just, that was the sole reason of calling our group of skaters the Candy Shop.
You kind of made like a meaning behind it too, like it wasn't just...
Yeah, so I tried to kind of meet in the middle. Like, so on the one end, 50 Cent, Candy Shop, that's like on the radio all the time. It's in my head, just permeating every crevice of my brain. And then on the other side, I was like, we kind of are like this you are in a candy store and there's like a wide variety, diverse offerings. And I felt like our group of skaters were just like very diverse. I felt
sweet mix of different.
Yeah, you had your white chocolate, your milk chocolate. There was, keep this analogy up. Dulce de leche. You had, Spanish, Caucasian, black. It was cool. Like, it was just, yeah, it was cool knowing, like, having that group just to kind of also, it had an effect on, like, my worldview and everything.
Super diverse.
Yeah, especially working at, like, the school I teach at, it's one particular demographic that's, like, 98% of the school, and I do see how it has an effect on the students. So I'm very grateful for growing up in Linden and not only like getting out of school where there were a diverse array of peers, but then get out of school, go skate with another diverse group of people that I wasn't like forced to go be with 8 hours a day.
Kind of crazy looking back. Like we really were blessed in that we got to be exposed to these different cultures. Yeah,
and then we hop in the car, go to different spots, and it was cool. Just like, our friends I thought were cool, and it was just like I felt that there was like an even greater bond because we didn't meet at like work or school. Like we met skateboarding, on the streets. Like we weren't forced to hang out with each other. Like we had this common interest, and then we had other common interests we found outside of skateboarding, like taste in movies and like music and art and just like what life should be about in general. I think we all shared that.
Absolutely. What got you into skateboarding? Like, what was there a moment where you were like, "Yo, I think I want to do this."
I think one time in middle school, I think it was a football coach asked me if I was on the football team, and I was like, no. He was like, but you're like pretty big and like you look like you're fast. You should think about joining. And I did think about doing something else. So I was like, I should get into sport. I'm inside all the time. I was like always on my computer, and I need to do something. But I didn't want to do basketball. I didn't want to do football. I didn't want to do tennis. And you skated like every day. And then I was like, maybe that's something I could get into.
Oh yeah, because you told me about I want to say Brett, and I remember I wanted to learn how to skate, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy that skates," and you told me about Brett, and then I remember because you always had your bike, and then like Brett, myself, I don't know if I knew John yet, but the Lovatos, we all skateboarded. Manny Cairo would have his bike. You would have your
Oh
bike.
yeah, I forgot all about the bikes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you guys were definitely in the Viking. But so that's what it was. You wanted to like do some.
I wanted to get in. I wanted to do something that required going outside. And my friend Mike Witt, he skated. I remember my first time. I remember my first time stepping on a board was Mike Witt's, and I like hit my head. Like I stepped on it, boom, and then like the board shot down. It was a one-way street, and the board was going like against traffic, and it like went way down the road.
Isn't it funny thinking about that? Like anyone else would have been like, "Oh, I need to get out of here."
Just over it.
You knew everybody for a long time, and wanted to know what gave you the idea or the spark to do the 10-year party.
I think the 10-year party came as a result of wanting to do a video. And the desire to do the video was that, we've been filming, putting clips out here and there. That it would be cool, like if it was just all like one complete package. Also, in the skateboarding culture, like videos are just like, oh snap, this video
came out. Showing your work, like, yo, yeah. This is what we do.
Yeah, it's your Mona Lisa or your like Starry Night is like you've been doing these little sketches. Now here's like this work of art that you've been all your skills have just been put into this. So I knew that the best motivator to get the video done, at least for me, would be to shout it from the rooftops that this was going to come on this date. And once it's out there, if you don't put it out, yeah, so it's like you tell all these people, I'm going to climb Mount Everest on this date at this time, then you kind of feel inclined to climb Mount Everest on this date at this time. So instead of like we drop these little like coming soon things, and then at some point, like, so it was always coming soon, but didn't actually have a concrete date. And then I put up the countdown clock. I set a date. I told everybody that at this restaurant, Candyshop video is coming out. So then that was like, oh shit.
I know some of the homies were a little bummed, but I know I was right there with you. Yes, let's get this done. Let's go.
No, yeah, and maybe it was the teacher in me, but I was just like having this deadline. This is like, so.
And not for nothing, that was like the first, like, I don't want to say full length, but that was the first one that, Candyshop did.
Yeah, it was. And it was 10 years. I thought, we all met in like 2004 and 12, 13, 14. I thought it was a cool date to go with. So, like, that's 10-year party. And wanted it to be on the main street in Linden. And economically sound to do. So I thought the food was banging at this. Man, I think they are still there. If they are, they definitely changed up their their front. I think it was like Dominican food. Like, yeah, the exterior of the edifice has been altered over the last.
What was it called again?
Man, I feel bad that I can't remember.
No, that was another spot.
No, that was another spot. Oh, man, I can't remember the name of the place. But their food was good. They were super chill, super nice. And they were very easy to work with. I don't think they had ever done an event there, and definitely not a skate event in that space. Like,
but so how was it filming for the video? Because dude, I think you had the most footage.
I had like a lot of lines, and I do wish I skated a little faster looking back. But I do feel like with the deadline, I was like, I have to like.
I want the Childish Gambino song too.
I had to use Childish Gambino. I had to. Like, and I wasn't gonna like not use the whole song that I ended up using. So, but yeah, my part was like a lot of lines, which lines are like, you do 3 tricks in the whole clip instead of like a clip with like one super duper trick. So that also helped. And I also skated a little slower than I'd like. So that also led to my part being a little longer. But skating a little slower just guaranteed that like I wasn't going to get hurt at a session, which would have just derailed my whole timeline. But also it led to more clips to be able to for me to like have in my part. So
dude, I remember being jealous. Like, damn, I got all these clips going on over here.
But I mean, I would love to do another video.
I can't wait.
I would love to do another one like next year, 2022.
All the young Lennon homies, they're all still asking like, "Yo, what's the video?" They don't know what happened.
Well, it's life happens. But that video was the first video was now open. I guess still open would be the name of another video. But yeah, life just creeps up on you, and it's just like, and you know it's coming, but you don't I guess when you're younger, you like know it's coming, but you're not really thinking about that right now. You're thinking about like, where can I get a slice of pizza for like $1? Like that's what your focus is.
And somehow the days just seem longer back then.
Yeah, the days definitely seem longer back then. Money in your wallet definitely lasted longer back then. Everything was just like, being sore was the only thing that didn't last as long as it does now. Like, but yeah, the days are definitely longer back then.
Wow. So, what's the design process? What is the process behind like what you put out for Candyshop?
So like with the first and only board that I did, I was going super super minimal, and I also wanted it to be something that was recognizable. So a mix of again, recognizable with some alterations to it. The soft goods like the hats, the shirts, I like very minimalistic things, so I just prefer what some would say like a clean look.
What I like about Candyshop too is like some of it is to me it seems playful but edgy. You know what I mean? Like hot as fuck mug.
Yeah, I try to like, yeah, we're clean. Like, what's a good example? Like Queen of England, but her hair is dyed like crimson red. Like that, with the little tinge of. So we could sell like teacups that say hot as fuck on them. Like, like that's the kind of style I would like for the candy shop with everything that we put out. So it's like, how can I incorporate the logo without being like super like in your face? Like black on black, white on white, gray on gray. It's like you're supposed to market the logo, but I also do like it being like super subtle and just like super clean is kind of like what I like when it comes down to like designing and stuff like that.
What is next for you and Candyshop?
For me, I would like to start a couple other projects that I don't know if I'm going to talk about just yet. I do want to get into like a lot of other entrepreneurial projects that I'm interested in. And I feel like the word entrepreneur now, it means like to make as much money as you can. But for me, these other projects, just like the candy shop, I make stuff that I like and maybe other people would like it too. And then I have a couple of like food stuff I'd like to get into. So New Jersey just passed their cottage food law allowing home bakers to like make stuff. So I would like to get into like, you know, pizza and like donuts, like, because I've like traveled the world and I've had donuts everywhere. And I feel like, yes. And I want like New Jersey, New York, this area needs, you know, and maybe I can't, and maybe I won't be the one to bring exactly what it is that I'm looking for to have brought here that I have experienced in other places, but I would like to start like and just see what I can do. So yeah, definitely ramp up the candy shop. Maybe even start like a sister brand.
Any plans for another video or?
I would like to make another video. Admittedly, I don't know if anyone skates as much as they used to like 2-3 years ago. I don't know if that's like physically.
Boomed into like,
I don't know if that's like physically, but I would like to drop another video. It would be great if I could have like everyone who was in the first one be in this one, but like we said, like life and like days were longer back then. But who knows? If we set a deadline, I think there could be another video. If we set a deadline, you know, I think yeah. But I would definitely like to have another video.
To wrap things up, how can people find the candy shop, find you, what you're doing?
If you want to check out what the Candy Shop has to offer, www.candyshopskateco.com, SKATE, not SK8. And you can find our Instagram and Facebook on there also.
Sweet. Brian, thank you for doing this, my guy.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Listen, guys, again, check out Brian and the rest of the crew at Candyshop Skate Co on Instagram, and definitely hit up candyshopskateco.com.